Now it's all grey and windy outside and not really that inspiring, and I don't really fancy going out and taking any photos today. However, I do have one thing that will brighten my day up. And that thing happens to be at WH Smith's. Yeah, that's right, you probably guessed it, another magazine feature. Finally got the magazine, now it's time to head to IKEA, get some meatballs and a picture frame to put the magazine in. Nice. When I get a front cover, I tend to frame it. Now I know it's a bit self-indulgent, but come on, you've got to celebrate your wins. And typically, when I get a front cover, I like to make a video explaining how I shot and edited the photograph. Today is not one of those days though. I am not going to show you how I shot and edited it. I've done it a lot in the past and you can check out some of those videos up here. Instead today, I'm going to talk about shooting different options and why it's a good idea to think about your editor. Now, a good friend and fellow photographer, Aidan Priest, he's a wedding photographer and on occasions I will second shoot for him. He's the one that told me about this technique. Always shoot 3 different options: the wide, the detail and a key shot. That way it makes it a lot easier when you want to tell a story through images. Now the same can be said for blogs. I shoot for Fueltopia, so it's always nice to have multiple options so you can better tell your story through images. Imagine you go to something like a car show and all you do is photograph each car exactly the same. When you get home, edited all those photos and put them to the blog, you're not really telling much of a story, are you? So you want options. You want to shoot a car wide so you can show it in its surroundings. Maybe it's got some interesting details, so you want to zoom in on that. Or maybe you just want a nice heroic shot of the car. Always shoot those 3 different options, and that way it'll make your life much easier when you're coming together to put a story together. Now for magazines, it's a little different. You have things you want to consider. So obviously you need to photograph a car or like whatever you're photographing, but think about the editor. They're going to need space to put their copy, their type, their overlays or whatever they need to. So consider that. Don't always frame up super tight to your subject. Give it some breathing space. Shoot in portrait as well, because it might be on a whole page or it might be a double page. And you want to consider those kind of things when you're shooting. It just makes your life easier and the editor's life easier. So for this front cover, I actually supplied the editor with 2 different options. We had the full car with no lights on, no engine bay showing, no driver, and then we had engine bay showing, headlights on, and a driver in the car. As you can see, they used 2 of the different exposures and blended them together. But the point is, I gave the editor different options. They could have turned the headlights on or off, they could have had the whole bonnet being present or the engine bay being present, or they could have Vince in the car or not. It's up to them. But when you're light painting something like that, you can't really go and do multiple different angles of it. So you've got to lock down your angle, but then give the editor some flexibility in post. So that's exactly what I did. And that's what I mean about shooting different options or thinking about the editor. And trust me, I assure you, if you start using these techniques, you'll become a better photographer. Your editors will like you, you'll have more fun writing blogs. So think about the editor, supply those options. Well, that's all from me guys. Hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all those other things. Oh, and by the way, I'm filming this in my bedroom. I thought it was time to change the background. Let me know what you guys think. I kinda like it. See ya.